Want to get your hands on some sports cards?
Hell yes!
You're in the right place.
Good morning.
Is everybody ready?
Welcome to the weekly Target Watch on Schultz's Card Pull.
What is up, sports fans? Tuesday, April 5th. It is 3:56 a.m. on the West Coast. Super early. 6:56 on the East Coast. How is everybody doing, guys? Welcome on in. Hang loose. What's going on? Thanks for everybody getting up this morning. As early as you did, I know it's not necessarily for me. Hopeful that Target drop is happening and we can find some sports cards, you guys. And a lot to talk about on top of sports cards. Oh, my goodness. We can talk about the national championship game. What a comeback last night, guys. North Carolina looked like they were running away with and I have the highlight playing on my phone because I was watching it earlier again. Just what a crazy game. It looked like North Carolina running away with that game last night at halftime. And of course, Kansas mounting the biggest comeback in NCAA championship history to take the game 72-69, giving the Jayhawks the very well-deserved championship. And actually, very astutely and awesomely, I must say, my bracket the win at my old place of employment. So I think I pocketed like $300, something like that. But let me know how y'all are doing in the chat. I see Brian Lawhorn here, K-Melt's Cards, Matt White, Dollars Comics and Cards, Wayne, Scary Terry is here. What's going on, Logan, Tommy Two Dimes, Taco Bell, Who Dat Dog at ya? Jimbo, K-Melt's. Appreciate you, K-Melt's. I saw him saying something about welcome to Schultz's ranting about sports on the off week of sports cards restocking. Dude, you're awesome. So we are looking at the Hot Zone, guys, happening in about 2.5 minutes here on Schultz's Card Pulls, waiting for a restock on Target.com. A couple of people, I saw the messages here beforehand saying that they were hoping and maybe expecting a restock today because last week's restock was absolute bunk. Now, I will say that it was frustrating with like the Mosaic football guys. We couldn't get our hands on much. And what's up, Harold S? Says, what up, Schulte? How are you, man? Wayne Sherman says, I just don't sleep. Dude, I hear you. I'm running on pretty much fumes today. And I've got a busy day, just a lot going on. So I understand, man. Sometimes we don't sleep. But anyways, with the restock last week, as I was speaking of, I know Mosaic football was frustrating, but we did get some Chrome Sapphire, and that was kind of an unexpected item. So I know that it didn't seem like anything dropped last week, but if you go back here to the sports card release calendar here on Schultz's Card Pulls. And hey, anybody wants to sponsor that calendar, guys, or sponsor the morning live streams, let me know. I would only really like to promote a company that like I actually agree with. So, and I really like what they're doing. I'm not just going to pick any sponsor, but hey, if anybody out there wants to get their name out, 1,000+ people in the morning each time that I am on live streaming in the sports card world, let me know. But sincerely, guys, I know that it didn't seem like a lot was dropped. Mosaic really didn't have a lot of big numbers of product dropped. But Playbook, a new product, and I know the Walmart version of that, at least in my opinion, seems pretty bunk. Donruss basketball mega boxes, and of course the Chrome Sapphire update boxes, which that was a huge one, unexpected, and that alone I think made last week's restock a win. Brian, what's going on? Says, biggest fan here. I appreciate you, Brian Sachs. You rock, man. You guys are so cool. We are here about seconds away, maybe 25 seconds away from the Hot Zone here on Schultz's Card Pulls. Will we see a restock here on Tuesday, April 5th? Not sure. We are in the off week as we have been experiencing a restock every other week on Tuesdays on Target.com. As you just saw the calendar, essentially March 29th, and then before that, March 14th, and then before that, March 1st. All right, guys, 4 o'clock. The Hot Zone is upon us. Rob71 says, good morning. How are you, man? Gary says, what up? Aaron Maxim says, Schulte, Pikachu, Eevee, what's up? How you doing, Aaron? I'll tell you what, guys, maybe one indication that there could be a restock. I'm not trying to, like, get anybody's hopes up, but Pikachu was wide awake this morning, rubbing up on my toes and excited, just wanting those nuzzles and all those pets and loves, and he's right outside the door right now. Could not get him off my heels, pretty much my shadow this morning. But anyways, guys, as we are now in the Hot Zone until 4:50 Pacific time, 7:50 East Coast time as we just cross into the 7 o'clock hour. If you are on the East Coast, it is much easier for y'all to be up right now. I tell you what, guys, oh my goodness, up early, especially for the West Coasties, it is tough. 4 a.m., it's when they start baking the bread, baby. I smell donuts. Smell donuts coming through the window. I'm just kidding. Anyways, Craig Mack says, Jay Buhner. Love you, Schultzy. Appreciate it, Craig Mack. I love Jay Buhner as well. Jay Buhner, back in the day, the 90s Mariners. You want to talk about those? Oh, we could go on a tangent, man. Ken Griffey Jr., A-Rod in his early days, back before he took the money with the Texas Rangers and then went to the Yankees eventually. Old third baseman, a combo in the 90s of Russ Davis and Mike Blowers until David Bell took over. Played second base first for the Mariners. Tons of different guys. John Olerud late in the 90s. Before that, Tino Martinez, of course, Edgar Martinez back in the day. You got Buhner, you got Griffey. Left field, kind of a rotating cast of guys at one point in the 90s. But what a team. What a team. Tyler Young says, you the man, Schultz. I appreciate you guys. And speaking of big teams and great teams, in baseball, I think the Mariners can be actually very, very good this year for the first time in a long time. They are a 20-plus year drought in the playoffs. Since 2001, have not made the playoffs in Major League Baseball. But you saw the poll this morning, you guys. Check it out and let me know. Do you think Julio Rodriguez, who is going to be the starting center fielder for the Seattle Mariners, do you think Julio will be the AL Rookie of the Year? I think so. I think it's a pretty easy call. And his cards have been just insane, guys. Julio Rodriguez's auto prices are nuts. And his rookie cards, now that he is the opening day center fielder for the Seattle Mariners, you can assume that Julio Rodriguez is going to be in Series 2, if not definitely. You know for sure he's going to be an update series, but he could possibly make it into Series 2. It just depends on where Topps is with that printing process and how quickly they can get those guys that are put on the opening day rosters in Series 2. Just depends. Pack Attack Jackpot in the house. Wayne Schumann says Krispy Kreme. Ooh, I wish, man. Preferably Dunkin'. I'm a Dunkin' guy, but we actually don't have Dunkin' on the West Coast, at least in Oregon. I know that every time I visit Hawaii, I get my Dunkin'. Las Vegas, I think is the closest Dunkin' to me. There used to be a Dunkin' right down the road from my high school. It was literally the one Dunkin' on the West Coast. You go Google it. Back in the day, guys, you could seriously go Google Dunkin' Donuts, Salem, Oregon. It was down the street from my old high school, and I did not know how spoiled I was until that dang place closed. Absolutely ridiculous. Craig Mack on AL Rookie of the Year is J-Rod or Bobby Witt Jr. Onyx Paving asking, drop percentage chance? I would throw it at 50-50 today because I do like what other people were bringing up earlier about the chances of a restock possibly happening because of the limited availability of Mosaic football last week. So I would say 50-50, but I'm not going to get my hopes up too much. However, you know, I always say, guys, the thing about being here early in the morning on the off weeks that we are seeing Target.com now basically doing a restock every couple of weeks and kind of us having to wait in between that other time in the weeks between just hanging out. You show up because Target could switch it up at any time. So you got to be ready. And they will at some point, just like they did at least 2 times last year, switch up the schedule. Y'all remember at this point last year, guys, it was a guaranteed Friday restock every single week. You remember that? I know the hobby's changed a little bit in 12 months' time. The world has changed as well. But I tell you what, there were a lot of bots hitting during those restocks on Target.com. It was absolutely nuts. Who's your polls? You are an SOB. I'm so jealous of you, brother. Says, Schulte, you poor soul. I couldn't live without my Dunkin'. Man, every time I go back home, my wife is from Massachusetts. I think I've told you all before here on the channel. But if you are newer to the channel, you should know that my wife is actually Bostonian from Boston, guys. Love my wife. Met her here in Oregon, but she is actually originally from Boston, and I lived there with her for a year. And I'll tell you what, when I was able to live there for that year, I got addicted to Dunkin' and that coffee, and I am just so sad that I don't have it in Oregon. Just so sad. I got something kind of close. I got Dutch Brothers coffee, but that's as close as I can get. Carolina Rippers says, where is Contenders football? That is a great question, Carolina Rippers. I would assume, as we're talking about what we could see, because that kind of transitions into what we could see for sports cards here on Target.com restocking. Since we already have Mosaic, we've gotten all the products that we can, and we're kind of waiting for Prism, which comes at the end of the month, at least Hobby does here in April. But in between then, guys, we've seen Contenders Hobby boxes drop for football, so we are waiting for those mega boxes and retail products to drop for Contenders football. People wondering if the Contenders mega boxes are going to be kind of like the longevity boxes. I think there's a rumor about that. So, yeah, we're waiting for Contenders football. I wish I could tell you when it's going to show up. I would assume, if I'm a betting man, and I am, total degenerate, shout out to Hitman Rips, the DGen crew, big part of that, huge part of it. Gosh, I'm a degenerate. But anyways, I would bet that Contenders football is going to be coming out next week, you guys. PD Reptile says, I've got Dunkin' in walking distance from my house. Oh my goodness, y'all are jealous, or y'all are making me jealous, excuse me. And nothing showing up, guys, on the back end so far. Latest restock on Target.com, just kind of some random items. After the restock last Tuesday, randomly during the week, we saw some Target Series 1 mega boxes for baseball for 2022 from Topps. And then randomly as well, some Fortnite mega boxes. And I know Fortnite cards have been hot. Shoot, I saw 502 Frank. I watched his video opening some Fortnite megas on his channel. So definitely know that they're hot if the YouTube content creators are cracking those open. Everybody wanting a piece of those, no doubt. Oh, guys, sorry about that. I always forget to turn the Nightbot ads off after my break, so I'll go do that really quick. But anyways, as we're continuing to talk about whether or not there will be a sports card restock on Target.com, I do not see anything happening on the back end right now, guys. Those are the latest products. My breaks are not posted yet. My breaks will be posted tonight at 6 p.m. per usual every single week. They are posted every Tuesday on Schultz'sCardPulls.com. So I got to remember now that I'm doing breaks to turn that ad off every single time we get back on. But anyways, guys, Tommy Two Dimes says, new breaks coming tonight, Schulte? Yes, sir. Tommy Two Dimes, new breaks are coming tonight. And I will repost that baseball break that I had on Schultz'sCardPulls.com as well. Break number 19 will be happening this weekend. And that obviously was postponed because I just didn't really think that I was going to be able to sell it out. So I figured, you know what, let's push it off until after baseball officially starts. But that will be happening. Scott Payne says, Dunkin', my Dunkin' in Maryland now. Oh my goodness, they're drinking my Dunkin'. I could say Dunkin', you're Dunkin' because you're dunking that donut, and that's exactly what I would do. PD says, I'm just in Kansas City, my guy. JP says, Sesame Donuts is the bomb in Hillsboro. I do love Sesame Donuts. They are really good, guys. Talking about the best donuts now in the chat. I absolutely love it. Not only are we talking sports cards and sports this morning, of course, we've brought up the national championship in college basketball. North Carolina losing by 3. Gosh, that was a total Freudian slip there. North Carolina leading at halftime and then losing ultimately to Kansas 72-69. And of course, Julio Rodriguez, the starting center fielder for the Seattle Mariners. Opening day, is he going to be the rookie of the year? A couple of things on my mind this morning in the sports world. And I got to say, guys, there's a lot of things on my mind about the sports card hobby as well. Good morning, Rocco. How are you, buddy? The HRE XKR says, anybody open the 2022 Topps Mega Boxes? Anyone hit a nice Wander Gold or short print? I'm actually excited to open one of those on the channel. I usually enjoy ripping those mega boxes because they are, in my opinion, a good alternative to hobby boxes since you're not really guaranteed a huge hit out of a hobby box. The one good thing, guys, about hobby boxes compared to retail, and this is why I do still rip a Topps flagship series update 1 and 2 every single year, is because of the silver pack. That pack is so valuable. You can get some crazy hits, some crazy autos, crazy parallels. Pull the 1-of-1 Steve Carlton from one of those packs. I mean, it's just nuts. And I actually recently saw the Ichiro 1-of-1 pulled from Topps Series 1 from 2022. Just insane. Like, oh, got cards already gone? Like, already? No. Come on, I'm a huge Mariners fan. Give me a chance, man. Don't make me buy that. Give me a chance to pull it at least. Kenny F says, anyone rip the Playbook Mega yet? I haven't gotten any from Target yet. I know that some people have already gotten theirs, showing up a little bit quicker in the middle of the country anyways. And guys, please, if you would, smash that like button. It does help me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Helps YouTube know that y'all are appreciating what I'm doing, and it'll send it out to more people. The community will grow, channel will grow, all kinds of stuff. I do this for y'all. Obviously, you know, people accuse me of doing it for views. It's like, duh, everything I'm doing on YouTube is for views, but I wouldn't be here doing it without the community. I mean, it's It's really just not fun talking to like 3 people. So I've done that. I've grown the channel doing that, but I really do appreciate every single one of you here. So please, if you could, help me out, guys. Smash that like button. It's free and takes you just a second if you could. Peace to the beauty breaks, to Schultz's card pulls. What up, my brother? How you doing, man? In a good mood this morning, guys. Thanks, Mansa. Mansa Chills is liked. I appreciate you, man. Chris says, Playbook Megas dropped at Barnes yesterday. There we go. And I'm assuming they're the Excel versions. The Excel versions of Playbook Megas, which are the Target store versions, because you got the MJ Holdings versions for Walmart products. And that is, you got those square boxes. And guys, I will show y'all pretty easy comparison. You can tell exactly what is an Excel versus MJ Holdings. That is an MJ Holdings mega box that you see at Walmart, and then Target usually get the boxes shaped like this. That's Prestige 2021 football. And by the way, guys, if you do want a chance at those boxes, I will be running my member giveaway. I'm going to try something unique this week, so I hope all of you show up tomorrow or Thursday. Haven't decided which day yet. It'll just be a surprise. But we'll be running my member giveaway during the morning live stream. I think it's kind of been a little weird doing it at a different time, so I think I'm just gonna do it while I'm on already. Makes sense. So got the biggest audience in the morning, so why not give the most people the chance to sign up and win if they would like to. Kenny F says, this is what I thought. Haven't touched mine yet. There you go, Kenny. Yeah, it's definitely kind of like, do I want to rip that? Do I want to rip that? I don't know. It looks like okay. Because I did rip the Playbook Megas from Walmart, and if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. They were absolutely terrible. I mean, maybe other people have pulled some better hits. I think somebody in my Discord, and check that out, guys. It is a free Discord if you want to go join that community. I must say, if you grab 2 mega boxes at $50 and you pull nothing, obviously you're going to hate your life and you never want to rip that box again. But then I see people pulling like Mac Jones relic booklets out of 49 or out of 10. It's like, all right, better than what I did. Much better than what I did. Myrick Willard, what's going on? Says, Schulte, can you give a shout out to me from my man Sif? What's going on? Sif, Myrick Willard, what's up, guys? How are you guys? Welcome on in to Schulte's Card Pulls this morning, guys. 4:13 Pacific Time, 7:13 East Coast Time. Not seeing a sports card restock as of yet on Target.com. Here monitoring, though. Hoping and praying. And Kelsey and Todd Coolahan, you're awesome, man. Schulte, I owe you, bud. I've gotten a lot of merch because of you, man. Dude, you guys are awesome. That's so kind. And I'm really happy that you have. And that's why I'm here hanging out. Even if we don't see a restock, you know, it's so much more fun when we do get a restock. But I still try to make it interesting while we're just sitting refreshing, hoping to see Target.com update their items. And even when they don't, guys, I appreciate all you showing up and hanging out anyways. And Trozen1C says, True, I don't know what's up with Donruss basketball this year. And I did see my Donruss basketball mega box rip from yesterday. Hey, I guess they're not bad. And I asked, hey, are they better than hobby boxes? Because I don't know, maybe I'm a little biased. I got lucky. I pulled an Evan Mobley laser. That's like a $40 card right now. It'll probably go down. But that teal laser parallel, a pretty sweet looking card, obviously in the hunt for Cade Cunningham or like Franz Wagner, you know, some of those Rookie of the Year candidates, Scotty Barnes. And when you find those in a $50 box, you feel a heck of a lot better than buying a $300, $400, $500, $600 box where you get a chance at an auto, maybe, or two. But most of the time, like out of a set like Donruss basketball, which is huge, they end up being pretty lame names or people that you don't know. And on top of that, the numbered parallels that you get really aren't great either. So what would you rather spend? A few $100s, or would you rather spend $55 taking a chance at like a teal rated rookie auto, or like a teal parallel of one of the big Rookie of the Year candidates? You know, I think I'd rather go that route. It's just me. It's a bit cheaper, but I don't know. So go check out that rip as well. A Donruss basketball mega box from Walmart. 120 cards for $55. That's, I know the prices have gone up, guys, but that's probably for Donruss with that big name set. That's probably one of the better deals you're going to find, even with no auto guarantee, unfortunately. Frank V the third asking if there's anything loaded. Nothing loaded on Target.com yet, everybody. I will let y'all know. I'll stop yakking immediately and be like, hey, I'll shut up. Oh, there's a restock. I'm shutting up. But that's what I would do if there was a restock. So I will stop talking about whatever I'm talking about. I will drop the topic, and we will go right to what's happening on the monitors, what's happening on the back end on Target.com. But at this point, unfortunately, haven't seen anything as of yet. Duck's asking if I got my Playbook Megas. No, the only thing that I've gotten in the mail are Playbook hangers. I have not gotten my Chrome Sapphire, have not gotten my Playbook Mega boxes either, or my Donruss basketball. I ordered one Mega from Target. Haven't gotten that either. So I get my cards a long time after all y'all's, like usually 3, 4, 5 days. It just depends. Since I'm on the West Coast here in the Pacific Northwest, just takes a little bit extra to get to me, I guess. That's what happens when you're on the coast. Especially on the West Coast, although I've heard similar stories of peril or of waiting a long time for shipping on some parts of the East Coast as well. Dongles has pulled a red number Josh Giddey out of a retail blaster for NBA Hoops. That's what I'm talking about, Dongle. That's a huge pull, man. Congratulations, brother. That's got to feel good. That's why you rip right there. That's crazy. That's a huge pull. Huge pull. It's a bang bang for the Schulte gang right there, guys. Lions Lock Sports Cards has pulled the Herbert Masquerade Ballers out of one hanger I got from Target last week. Nice, Lions Luck. Everybody getting those case hits. And speaking of case hits, we did pull a couple again this weekend here on Schulte's Card Pulls. Guys, we pulled a Storm Chasers, the second week in a row that we pulled a Storm Chasers and a Genesis in the same break. Unfortunately, not as big names this week. We got a Derrick Henry Storm Chasers and then a Mark Brunell. Yes, a Jacksonville Jaguars Mark Brunell Genesis. So I was a little trolled with the Jacksonville Jaguars colors, hoping it was a T-Law Genesis, because that would have been insane. I think that rookie's what? If it's a T-Law Genesis, that's got to be like a $1,000 card, right? If not more, just raw. That would have been insane. And Frank V asking if a lot of people got Sapphire Baseball. Yeah, let me know in the chat, guys. I'd be interested to see. I do remember a lot of people scoring that Sapphire Baseball last week. Target canceled my Rookies and Stars hangers for some reason, says Ricky's Harley Davidson Life. That's really odd, Ricky. And I've been hearing about a lot of canceled orders just as I see R-Stack saying it. Target canceled my Sapphire boxes. That's insane, man. Why the hell would they do that? It's ridiculous. Sean S. has pulled some Storm Chasers. Mac Jones from a hanger. Is it rarer than Genesis? Sean S. It is as rare as Genesis. These Storm Chasers are case hits as well. And along with Genesis and Honeycombs, and I think like one other or two other inserts, those are all case hits. So you can't really determine, because Panini doesn't print the odds like Topps does on their packs. You can't really determine exactly which is like the rarest case hit. I would assume that Honeycomb is probably the rarest case hit because you're not seeing that nearly as much. But other than that, I don't think that. I think that it goes like probably Honeycomb, Genesis, and then maybe the other inserts like Storm Chasers. But I can't tell you for sure. I can't tell you for sure. I've opened a lot. I've seen both of those inserts, but even after reading it up on Beckett and on Cardboard Connection and then opening a lot myself, it's like, I don't know. What I can tell you is some of those case hits are only in retail. So These Nuts says, I really like the Hollow Hero case hits. Yeah, those are pretty sick also. Yeah, weird, guys. We're talking about a lot of canceled orders this morning. That's weird. David Lupo says, mine's coming in today. Heck yeah, David. That's nice. That's a good feeling, getting those cards in. Are you going to rip them as soon as you get them, David? Or do you like wait until you can get some time on the weekend, kind of set it up with a little ritual, set it up with a drink? Everybody rips differently. So everybody has their own just plan and idea of the exact perfect setting and how they want to do it. You know, some set up candles. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right, guys, 4:20 Pacific time, 7:20 East Coast time. Have not seen a restock on Target.com as of yet. We've got another 30 minutes left in the hot zone. 30 minutes left in the hot zone, so we're hanging out and monitoring to see if we can catch some movement on the back end on Target.com or the monitors. Schultz, good morning, says Tommy's Breaks. Tommy, what's going on, brother? Welcome on in. How are you, Tommy's Breaks? Good to see you, Tommy. One of the OGs here on YouTube, ripping sports cards. Tommy's Breaks, everybody go check him out. Rips a lot of cards, a lot of baseball cards. If you haven't seen him on YouTube, you should go check him out. Great channel. Very generous. Very nice dude as well. David says, yes, sir, I have no patience. I'm going to rip him immediately. I understand. Yeah, I feel the same way. So, yeah, we are looking for a restock. Not seen one as of yet. Of course, we talked about the championship game for NCAA basketball last night. Kansas beating North Carolina in the greatest comeback of all time in the college basketball championship game, 72-69. Leo Rodriguez, the Mariners starting center fielder, opening day, baby. He's going to be, hopefully we can catch him in Series 2. Hopefully, but for sure we're going to catch him in Update Series, and we are going to be dying to pull those autos. Absolutely foaming at the mouth. And I'll tell you what, I'm probably, because his auto is going to be more expensive than I think any other auto out there besides Wander Franco, I'm going to be buying a lot more hobby boxes than I would of any other product just to try and grab him and his rookie auto, because I have to get my hands on one. I have to. Ryan McAdderall says, or Ryan McAddle, excuse me, Ryan. Sorry, I'm just tired. Morning, Schultzy. How are you, Ryan? K-Melts Cards. Schultzy, how you doing? I'm doing all right. K-Melts, how are you, man? Hanging out? Excited for the week of opening day baseball coming. And hey, guys, not like I'm an ad for T-Mobile or anything, but if you do have T-Mobile's phone service, you get MLB.TV free. So make sure you go sign up for that, because you can watch baseball free on your phone all year. No activity as of yet. And of course, along with the other topics in sports going on, guys, I said that I've got some stuff about the hobby on my mind, and I want to get your opinion on it. I want to get your take on it. I want to hear, what you guys are thinking, hear your voices, or maybe see your voices in the chat. But one thing that I've been thinking about is the increased print runs for Panini, and how that, of course, is a money grab, but how it hurts the hobby overall, but also, in a sense, and you can call me crazy, you can call me kooky, but I really think it adds a little bit more value to breaking, because when you look at the price of boxes, which has gone up at least $10 pretty much across the board, and it's obviously more expensive to get your hands on less at this point, and the chances it hits are a lot more watered down. On top of that, it almost seems a little bit better of an idea to maybe split your luck. Instead of spending $500 all on boxes, you spend $250 on boxes, $250 on breaks that you want to buy into, where there's a chance at a really sick auto or sick parallel for a team that you're really, really high after. And you could pick your team breaks. You could go with a random team break, any kind of style out there. I'm not talking about myself. It's just, I was thinking about this and talking with a couple of people over the weekend. And it's interesting, guys, because we all want those big hits, but we also want, to get our hands on cards. I don't think Panini increased the print runs specifically to allow everybody to get their hands on cards. I think they did it just as a money grab, and especially doing that since the Fanatics deal with MLB, NBA, and NFL Players Associations was announced, basically killing Panini's hobby Game Pass 2024. They're done. So there's so much more value in a chance at multiple boxes when the price of boxes just keeps going exponentially higher. You can mix some retail in, and you can mix that in with some hobby and some crazy expensive boxes that you wouldn't normally get your hands on. I mean, there's those T-Mall envelopes that I've been seeing recently, and guys, you've got to check these out. If you've not seen these, Hitman Rips has been ripping a couple. I want to get my hands on a couple if I can here soon. But they're called a Lucky Envelope, and they are only released in Asia, the Asian T-Mall market. And it is absolutely nuts to see. It's a 2-card pack with parallels out of 8, and you could pull a crazy, super valuable hit, and there's not many of them because there's only parallels out of 8. So I think Hitman was doing the math the other night while he was ripping a couple in his different breaks, and you think of anywhere from maybe 1,000 to 2,000 or 3,000 of these lucky envelope boxes. They're very high priced, but the chances it hits are huge. And you throw those into a break or two, along with some retail boxes, along with a sexy hobby box. And there's a good chance for people to pull a hit, and a much better chance for people to pull a hit than just buying a bunch of retail. Because, guys, it is obvious. Remember what Donruss Optic looked like? Remember the quality control issues that we saw right off of the line? I still remember watching 502 Frank's video when he ripped one of the first Donruss Optic blaster boxes on YouTube, and how crooked the cards were. It was literally like a diagonal cut on the actual card, and they just threw all of those other base cards in. It just proves my point that these companies are throwing these base cards in just to be fillers in lieu of the hits. And when they're throwing in base cards that look that bad, you know their print runs are increasing. And I know they had issues, and I know they had delays, and I know we're still waiting for like Donruss Optic football, but good lord. So a little bit of ranted feeling about the hobby this morning, you guys. It's just frustrating to see all of these print runs increasing, but you know Panini's doing a money grab before they get out of the hobby in 2024, 2025. Austin Billett, what's going on, man? Says, any drops? Sorry, I'm late. No, unfortunately, we haven't seen any drops as of yet. Nothing here on Target.com on the back end, so I am monitoring with my Card Snipers monitors. Guys, they are so awesome. They're paid monitors, but I love them. They've really helped me get my hands on sports cards and a lot of other info about restocking items online as well. And I'm watching Target.com, looking to see if there are any new items popping up in stock. And we do see, guys, if you are jonesing to rip something this morning, we do have those Topps Series 1 mega boxes in stock here for 2022, so you could grab one of those. Got blaster boxes as well, opening day blasters, which have gone up in price. However, they are double the pack amount that they are last year, so double the price, double the pack amount. Obviously, seeming to be not really too much of a horrible trade-off. And then Donruss basketball blaster boxes as well. Flux sets still in stock. That's pretty crazy. Flux basketball sets still in stock. And other than that, they have some miscellaneous baseball, guys. Of course, that doesn't have any logos, no licensing, so people, kind of iffy about that one. Divided, but still a good chance. I mean, those Chronicles preferred trading card boxes, you see 2 autographs and 1 men card. Those are actually a pretty fun rip. So if you're really jonesing to rip some baseball and you want to pull an auto, that is a good box to have. And then the Donruss basketball mega boxes right there, $44.99 on Target.com. Cheaper than they are going at Walmart by $5 to $10, depending on the location. XBrian818 says, back to sleep. I don't know, man. I would wait. The reason that the hot zone lasts until 4:50 is because we have seen some late morning activity from Target.com. They just don't always follow the script, you guys. And I'm not trying to tease you or just keep you around. I really do believe that it is beneficial for all of us to hang around and be here in case Target decides to change it up. Because guess who's going to be the winner if Target decides to change it up on a restock schedule? Y'all are. Here on Schultz's Card Pulls, we're going to eat. We're going to eat better than everybody else does. Kevin Joseph says, Schultz Steelers next year, over under 7.5 wins. Kevin, man, I'm not a believer in Mr. Trubisky. I'd have to go under. I was kind of throwing my nose up at the Mr. Trubisky signing. I just didn't think that was a good way to go. And the fact that they went with him so early means that they made that decision like late in the season almost, or just as the offseason started. Like Mike Tomlin has been set on Mr. Trubisky for a bit, or at least their GM has, or something like that. But I'm not a huge Mr. Trubisky fan. I don't think he's a starter in the NFL. I think he's a good backup, and that's about it. That's just me. I could be speaking some blasphemy. Let me know, former Bears fans, or I guess I should say current Bears fans, or fans of former quarterback Mitch Trubisky for the Bears. H. Kid says, I'm hungry, Schultzy. I'm hungry too, man. I'm hungry too. Got to get some cards for the channel. Got to get some cards for giveaways. Cards for some breaks. Try to offer some decent price stuff. Scott56 says, Onyx, then go sit at Walmart. Asus is only buying to what you can afford. Most of us are adults here, and you have to prioritize money. This is a very expensive hobby. Asa, you are so correct, and that's the thing, guys. The thing about cards in general, and I forgot to mention this, and I should make this very clear. When you're opening a box of sports cards, it's a gamble, right? It's a total gamble. You are throwing money into a slot machine and gambling. It's why I very clearly, I really don't try to deceive. Like when I advertise my breaks, there's a slot machine next to it for a reason. I'm very honest about this. It is a total crapshoot. It is a gamble. I am a gambler. I love that chance at a big hit, but not only that, the collecting along with that, guys. There's so many great memories every time I'm looking through my cards. There's so many great things that I can associate with sports cards. I love sports. I'm absolutely obsessed with following my favorite teams, my favorite players. It goes along perfect with having cards of those players, trying to pull autos of those players, trying to pull sick relics of those players. You just hope when Fanatics takes over in 2024, 2025, that it's not as expensive to get your hands on those super, super huge hits all the time. I know that there's always going to be that premium stuff, and I understand that, and that's fine, but you really want that chance. But it's all gambling. It's all gambling. And, you know, everyone's like, oh, breaks are a gamble. It's like, well, opening cards is a gamble in general. It just depends on what level you want to do it at. So, Troy says, I like your honesty, LOL. I appreciate it, Troy. I try to be upfront, you guys. I'm not here to deceive. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But I try to be on the good side of things. I really try to be transparent. I try to be upfront. And, you know, it's the best way to go. It's just, it's part of who I am. I hated, like, I'm the kind of guy that hates when a team like the Houston Astros wins the World Series, but like beyond like the normal fan getting super, super angry about it, I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop talking about it for years. Like that kind of thing just eats at me. It eats at me when I see flippers in stores grabbing all this product up to sell to people that essentially usually don't know that they can find cards at a better price. And it's one of the reasons why I started this live stream after running into at least 3 mothers that were overpaying for sports cards. At peak, it was nuts, guys. For $20 blaster boxes, for Hoops, Premium, and Prism, they were paying $100, $120 a box. It was nuts. And that was one of the reasons I was like, okay, you know what? People need to know that there are cards available. So it's just frustrating when I see that, and it's one of the reasons why I try to be as transparent as possible. Austin Billiot says, I got 2 of those championship ball collections from Walgreens boxes, baseball collection boxes. Just wondering if they are any good. You know, Austin, they're not bad. They're essentially a chance at those packs on the boxes. And if you don't know what they're talking about, guys, I actually have one right here, I think. I do. Sorry about that. Camera's going a little bit out of focus. There we go. So here you go, guys. The championship collection. These are mystery boxes from Walgreens going for like $20 right now. They guarantee 3 factory sealed packs, 1 factory sealed fat pack, and 30 assorted cards. You can get some rookies and short prints in there. But you're trying to get those sexy packs on the box, and essentially those are all chances at like a Shohei Ohtani rookie or Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Fernando Tatis Jr. rookies, all the big names that you've heard from the last 3, 4, 5 years in the hobby. But most of the time, they're like Topps Series 2 2021 packs or Update Series from 2021 or 2022 Series 1 packs. I ripped 2 of them, and that's what I found in both boxes on my channel. So, the Amazing Card Ninja says, Schulte, please share this link. What link is it, Amazing Card Ninja? I can mod you, but only if you tell me what the link's for, brother. All right, guys, no restock as of yet. Right now on Target.com, not seeing anything popping up yet. Unfortunately, I will let you all know if I see anything popping up on the back end or on the monitors, but unfortunately, no activity right now on Target.com. Oh, Beast in the Beauty breaks a $5 super chat, dude. Thank you so much, man. You are too generous. Schulte, what do you think of Topps deciding to release 2021 Big League on 420 and Donruss Baseball getting pushed back to 427? Well, I think that Topps actually trying to push out Big League from last year is ridiculous. I think that that's stupid. It's another money grab, in my opinion. Nobody really cares about Big League Baseball cards. They're a kid's set, and the chances at autos really aren't that great. It's just a watered-down set and really full of nothing. Donruss Baseball, people just aren't as big of a fan of. So getting pushed back to 427. Not necessarily the worst thing in the world for Donruss baseball. All right, guys, 15 minutes left in the hot zone. And Onyx, I see you talking a lot of crap this morning, brother. I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of Schultz's, not his money grabs, LOL. Onyx, I'm not trying to do money grabs, man. I tell you what. You were asking about my break prices earlier. Brother, you talk about the prices of boxes themselves, supplies, and fees, which nobody talks about fees when it comes to breaks, you guys. So when Run Good Life or Hitman or Tri-City Polls or myself accept a payment for a break, we take a 3% fee off of one transaction, and then so that's like just the Shopify fee, and then there's like a 6.5% PayPal fee as well. So you're looking at two different fees on two different layers of the transaction that get taken off of. First, you got supplies, you got bonus packs, you got other things. I like to include slabs in the breaks as well. So I'm telling you what, brother, everybody's like, oh, all these breakers are making a ton of money. The ones that are getting all of those products at like a wholesale price, you know, like Leighton Sports Cards, all those huge ones that have been in the game, of course, yeah, those guys are making massive bank. But I'm telling you what, guys, one break, and then on top of all that, all the costs that I'm talking about, one break takes me 10 to 12 hours, one weekend of breaks. So 3 breaks total, one night of breaks for me. And I'm doing this all on my own. I don't have helpers like Run Good Life or Hitman. Sometimes my wife helps me sort, but one set of breaks takes me 10 to 12 hours to sort, get in the packages, get labels printed out, and get ready to ship. So I tell you what, brother, I know you say that you know everything about that and you're calling out BS when you see it, but I'm laying it out for you, brother. It's not what you think it is. Aaron says, breaks are so much work. Try one, fellas. Collecting payment notifications, live setup, breaking, sorting, mailing, etc. Guys, do your homework. It's not easy. H-Kit says, Schulte, show us your favorite card from your PC. That's a great idea, H-Kit. You know what? Maybe tomorrow, because I just, guys, I have some stuff off. I'd have to go like off camera and I'd look really weird. I got to go into my drawer over here with stuff that I have in a box that I want to send off to grade. So I will pull a couple of cards out and show you what my favorite cards are for my PC here. That's a great idea. I'll do that tomorrow. Wayne says, we got you. Hashtag screw the haters. No, I see a H-Kit. I will definitely try to show you guys my favorite card from my PC. I've got a couple. I'm a huge Justin Herbert fan. He is one of the most liquid guys in the hobby right now. Any card that you see of Justin Herbert's, he pretty much gets snatched up like that. And it's frustrating because I was a huge Justin Herbert fan before all y'all were. I'm a huge Oregon Ducks fan, so it's just, I got lucky. I got lucky that was my quarterback here on my favorite team in college football before he nailed it in the NFL. Cards J-Rack says, trust me, as someone who does breaks, sometimes you break even. And thanks, Paul says, Schultz, you don't have to explain yourself. You good. I appreciate you guys. Now, and I understand, you know, Scott56 says, Schultz, you don't have to explain yourself. I like to be transparent, guys. It really doesn't bother me to be transparent about it. And I want to get the message out there and to try and eliminate that toxic thought. And I must say, there are breakers that are terrible. There are breakers that take advantage of people, because this is a hobby, guys, that unfortunately is fraught with scams, is fraught with crappy people, and is full of that kind of mentality, unfortunately. And you have to be wary of it, and you have to avoid it, and you have to learn to see the signs. So pick a breaker that you trust, go with that person or that group or that channel, or, you know, whatever it may be. And honestly, guys, all of these people, as good as my reputation is, you know, it sucks, because as good as somebody's reputation is, anybody could go and pull the rug up from somebody tomorrow. I would never do that. I promise you. I would go to the ends of the earth to make sure that never happened. Like if I all of a sudden lost internet on a break, I can't even imagine ever doing that. But there have been some shady breaks that I've seen. One, oh my goodness, it was, I think, a year ago at this point, but you can, I think either Retro Hoops Collectibles or Extreme Card Breaks was talking about it. I can't remember which one. I think it was Extreme Card Breaks. They break down some of the shady behavior in the hobby on YouTube, and it was crazy. But it was a dude taking a pack off camera to open it for a break. He was like, you're supposed to rip everything on camera and show what you're doing, but he was like doing this and then pulling out the cards and showing what he got. It was pretty obvious that he was taking out the hits of that hobby box and putting in cards from another hobby box. It was pretty shady. So I'm telling you what, guys. I'm telling you what. Unfortunately, there are a lot of crappy peeps in the hobby. You got to avoid them. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. So just live by those rules and make sure that you go with people you trust. Beast in the Beauty Break says, Schultz's card pulls. Would you mind if I promote my channel in the chat? If not, no biggie. Throw your link out there, Beast in Beauty Breaks. Are you kidding me? Throw your link out there, brother. Not a problem. Not a problem, man. The Amazing Card Ninja says, hashtag Schultz gang, please help. My area has this scalper who's threatening people. He's even threatened pregnant women. His name is Chris. Jeez. Amazing says, I shared the link above. Is it like a link to... Is it a link to a news story or is it a link to like a Facebook? Because I'm not going to sick a bunch of people onto like a personal guy's Facebook or anything like that, brother. I can't do that. I can't let that happen. I can't encourage that, unfortunately. Patrick Gannon says, did anybody pull anything nice from last week's Don Russ NBA Megas? You can all go and watch my NBA Mega video from Walmart. I pulled an Evan Mobley laser. K-Melt's asking, what you drinking today, Schulte? I got my Nesquik chocolate milk, baby, per usual. Really trying to make sure that we are lucky with that sports card restock. But unfortunately, we only got about 8 minutes left, guys, in the hot zone. About 8 minutes until we can officially say there won't be a restock today. But I'm not ready to call it yet. I'll call it in 8 minutes. I'll call it in 8 minutes. D Sizzle says, Schulte, these morning videos are what makes the hobby a community. I appreciate that, D Sizzle, man. I would love to. I see the future of the hobby, guys, kind of going like sports betting has, where there's going to be like a channel covering just sports cards. And I really hope that, like on Sirius XM, on TV, all kinds of different podcasts, more than you see now, and a lot of different voices, in the hobby, and a lot of different people prominently kind of directing you on how the hobby's going and what's going on. I really hope to be one of those voices, really want to be that. And it would be awesome if I could be like that morning voice for you guys in the hobby going forward. I tell you what. So I appreciate that, man. I'm glad that you see it, and I'm happy that you see the community being built. And that is also a benefit of doing this, you guys. This community, we can help each other out. We can give each other info and the knowledge that you really do, especially starting out, but even after you've been in the hobby for a bit, sometimes you got questions and sometimes you're unsure of situations that you come across. So it's good to not only ask one person, but have a community of multiple people to go to. So you can hear, what more than one dude would just tell you. It's really good to get multiple takes on different prices in the hobby, on different situations, on different deals that come along. So different trade possibilities, all kinds of stuff. UFC Prism dropping, says Stewie. I was like, I see people mentioning UFC. I thought, sorry, I was a little, it's like, oh crap, am I missing something? No UFC Prism dropping right now as far as retail. Isn't there like a hobby product coming up here soon? I think this week for UFC Prism. I think that's probably the only thing dropping here lately. As far as the sports card restock calendar, guys, we can go through exactly what's coming up in the month of April into May. Of course, we are all waiting for Prism at the end of April. Should be, at this point, I think I saw April 28th was the latest date. That's going to be lit. Excited for Prism football, guys. And later this week, yeah, we got some Prism WWE wrestling. And next week, we've got some Contenders basketball coming out. The week after that, or actually, excuse me, that same week, we've got some Phoenix football. It's just crazy how late this stuff is coming out. And then, yeah, at the end of the month, guys, you got, as somebody else mentioned, 420, you got 2021 Big League Baseball, which is ridiculous, from last year. And then Don Russ and Bowman Baseball coming out on the same day as Panini Prism, 427, not 428. Austin says, how soon will Panini Contenders hit retail for basketball if it came out today? It would probably be at least a couple of weeks, I would assume. So if we're looking at a restock next week, and Contenders is coming out right now for basketball. I would think you would see Contenders hitting the shelves retail 3 weeks from now. Oh, Wayne, you're nice, man. Says, dude, this community has grown a lot in a positive way. If any of the newer guys need info on vintage, just let me know. Drop a PM. Been collecting vintage for 15 years plus. And I'll be totally honest with you guys. Vintage is not something that I know about. Not nearly as much as modern day wax. So, Wayne, I appreciate that help, and I know a lot of people will take you up on that, no doubt. Mr. B says, Schulte, let's say you want a specific card, but it's a super short print, and you can find it at a card show, but it's about $100 over the last comp. But you haven't been able to find the card. Do you get mad? If it's a super short print, that's the thing, man. If it hasn't been sold more than one time, like on eBay in the last 2 to 3 months, because I think it's only like the last 90 days that eBay tracks their sales for anyways, that you can Google. Yeah, he's kind of got you. You can't really get that mad. You hope that you can ask him for the last comp, but what I like to do, and I see this like on Hitman Rips' site, guys. He's got his breaks posted, but he's also got different singles for sale, and I'm probably going to start doing that here on Schulte'sCardPulls.com as well. What he does and what I like about this, and I'm going to do this as well, he posts the last 3 sales of a particular card. You usually try to go by the last 3 comps, and Mr. B, he's pointing out a situation where you can't really find more than one recent comp. And then you get a card all of a sudden in front of you that you really, really want. Yeah, it's hard to turn that down, man. Yeah, they kind of got you by the balls. So I would say that, you don't want to pay him sticker price. And the thing is about card shows, usually people are willing to make deals. But unfortunately, sometimes you just walk into the card shows where nobody's willing to make a deal. Nobody's in a good mood. Nobody wants to do a trade or anything like that. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. But you know what, Mr. B? Singles are at a low price right now, so I don't think you would have any trouble trying to negotiate. But the thing about collecting, and this is for everybody, not just Mr. B, but Mr. B asked the question, and he points out something that is really good to address. The thing about collecting, guys, and buying these singles, you got to get it at the price you're comfortable with. You can't let somebody talk you into a deal that you're not ready for. And I know that that's easy advice. That's obvious advice for a lot of people. I'm sure that there are those in the hobby that are being like, shut up, bro. Nobody needs that advice. It really does need to be said, though, because there are a lot of predatory prices out there. There are a lot of people that set prices specifically to try and take advantage of people. And if you're not going to get the deal you want, you got to walk away. I have bought cards at a card show because I didn't just take a second to think and go search them on eBay that were like $20 over comp. And then I've also learned from that mistake, and a guy's offering me, here's, $25. Damian Lillard Red Wave, from last year's Mosaic for 2020, 2021. And it's like, for 25, bro, can you go 15 on it? He's like, no, man, 25's the lowest. I could sell this right now for 25 to somebody else. And I'm like, okay, brother. And I walked away. I looked it up on eBay, and the last one sold for 12 on eBay. It's like, so he's just trying to get more out of a Blazers fan locally here in Portland. Whatever, brother. I'm going to go get that for $12 on eBay. I don't give a bleep. It's ridiculous. Mr. B says, someone called me a gangster because I priced a card $40 over the last comp from a month ago, and he got mad that I had it at that price. No, Mr. B, I mean, that's not bad. Sounds like you're negotiable. And on the other end, guys, you put whatever price you want on the card. If it's not bought, it's bought. If it's not. If it is, then great. And, usually you've got to be willing to wheel and deal a little bit at card shows to get those things sold. It's harder to wheel and deal when you go to the extra premium stuff, when you're talking cards like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 or more. Then it's really hard to get some discounts down there. It's like, no, bro, this is a pretty ridiculous card, and I'm not budging. And in that point, I understand. And the hot zone is officially expired. 4:50 Pacific time, 7:50 East Coast time, and I'm hanging out for another 20 minutes or so, guys. But unfortunately, we will not be seeing a restock on Target.com today. I'll be back bright and early tomorrow, though, hoping that we can see one this week sometime. If not, I guess we're going to catch one next Tuesday. And I know that a couple of you, I'm sure, are going to head on out of here, so please, if you do, Smash that like button as you're on your way out. I appreciate it. But hey, hang out, guys. I'll be on for another 20 minutes if you need another 20 minutes of entertainment, or you're driving to work, or you're hanging out and trying to get your morning started. We're going to be talking sports for a bit longer, so appreciate every single one of you here. Sorry that there was no restock, guys. I really wish that I controlled exactly when we all got sports cards and how many there were, but it's that's a pipe dream. That's a pipe dream, obviously. Mark Lattimore says, I've been buying $2 slabs of modern players. Can't go to zero, right? No, Mark, I guess not. I guess not. That's not a bad buy at all. H-Kid asking, when does Walmart usually drop? Great question, H-Kid. Usually Walmart is a Wednesday restock at noon Pacific, 3 East Coast time. So if we don't see a Target.com restock this week, y'all know that we for sure are getting a Walmart.com restock Wednesdays at noon Pacific, 3 East Coast time. Last week's was terrible. So, before y'all go, you should take note and remember that tomorrow's restock on Walmart.com, in my opinion, will be fat, will be loaded, because last week's was bunk. Last week's was terrible. Oh, Jose, you're awesome, man. Says, just driving to work. Love the company. I appreciate you, Jose. That's, man, you warm my freaking heart with that. So glad. So glad. Talking sports and sports cards can help you get through your drive, because, I don't know, depending on the city that you're in, the morning commute has disappeared for some people after the pandemic, but others it has not. So it just depends. The afternoon commute seems to have come right back now that COVID's over. Good Lord. Scotto says, don't forget to pay your red card bill. That's true, guys. Yeah, don't forget to pay your red card bill, and don't forget to get a red card. Get your hands on a Target red card if you have not. I am not trying to be an advertisement for them, but I promise you it will make your life a ton easier grabbing sports cards, and you get 5% off. Essentially, all of the premium items on Target.com are red card exclusives. You cannot purchase them unless you use a red credit or debit card. It is super easy to get a Target red debit card, and with both the credit and debit card, you can get instant approval. You can use that card that morning if you forgot until the morning of the drop. However, I would highly advise that you set it all up beforehand. Get a test purchase in, because they usually make you confirm your card number so that you can do that. Not during a drop where you're having to get this all done quickly, in 30 to 40 seconds. You're having to fight like high traffic warnings. It really sucks having to put your card number in over and over and over during that. But get your red debit card, guys. Super easy to get, 5% off of everything on Target.com, and you will be able to get all the premium stuff. David Kosax, is anything today, fam? Unfortunately, no, David. We got no restock on Target.com. I can't lie to you, brother. Hot Zone expired 3 minutes ago, and we are not seeing any movement on the back end. We did see some Fortnite mega boxes last night thrown up on Target.com, and before that, the last few days, we had some Topps Update Series mega boxes restocked, Series 1 mega boxes, and those are actually on the website still in stock right now if y'all want to grab any of those. Scotto says, Witt Jr., J-Rod Torkelson, let's go AL Rookie of the Year. It's going to be a good year of baseball. 162 game season. So excited for opening day this week, you guys. And picking some dates with my dad that I'm going to go up to a Mariners game or two. So just so excited that is happening again, that regular activities are resuming. No masks at stadiums anymore. It's just awesome. Godzilla Sports Cards says 2 p.m. Eastern Walmart drop. Usually it's 3 p.m. Eastern. Usually 3 p.m. But yeah, I guess I should remind you in past weeks that, Godzilla Sports Cards isn't wrong. Sometimes we've seen some activity popping off at like 11 a.m. Pacific time, but right at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern is when you see that restock happening for sports cards on Wednesdays. At least a bunch of items dropped at once. But no, he's not wrong. Sometimes you do see some items trickling in an hour before that. Definitely not wrong. No, you're awesome, David. I appreciate you. This is all good, Schulte. You're a legend. You rock, man. You guys are too nice. You guys are too awesome. Yeah, 4:55. I'll be hanging for another 15 minutes or so. Really good week, guys. I think that obviously with the start already just a bang-up NCAA championship game into opening day baseball. Got the NFL draft coming up here soon. I mean, this, even though we're not seeing football, this is still a great time in sports. NBA's wrapping up. I think we can talk about Rookie of the Year and MVP Nikola Jokic, just probably going to win back-to-back MVP in the NBA. Absolutely nuts. But Rookie of the Year up for grabs. Definitely up for grabs, guys. David Kosak, a $4.99 super sticker. Dude, thank you so much, man. You are too generous, brother. Oh, my goodness, you guys. You literally, every time you shoot me through the freaking heart with those. I appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. You're too generous. You're too generous. And yes, as I was mentioning earlier, I will have breaks posted on Schultz'sCardPulls.com tonight at 6 p.m. We'll be reposting the baseball break that I was planning to run this last weekend, but did not even sell any spots yet. So posting that along with a basketball and a football break. Going to be a lit weekend. Thinking I'm going to do something for Easter too. Gosh, it would really be fun to do like because I'm trying to do these every Sunday, and it would be really fun to do like an Easter egg hunt during a break or something like that. Like everybody that buys into the breaks gets like a chance at like some Easter eggs that have like different prizes in them, or like obviously it would be a slip for a prize, and then you get that prize. Like that would just be super fun. I've had some ideas like that. I think I'm going to do some kind of fun Easter break theme coming up here. For Easter for that break here in a couple of weeks. Sam says, when will Walmart online stock? So we usually see that Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. Sometimes in the hour before, you will see them throwing some items up, but usually 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. Scott56, yes, asking any breaks on Sunday. Yes, there will be, brother. They will be posted on tonight on Schultz'sCardPulls.com at 6 p.m. Tommy's Breaks is the Schultz Show is the only way to start the day. Thanks for the effort, sir. I appreciate you. Tommy, I appreciate you, man. You guys rock. I'm so happy that you guys think of this as a show. It warms my heart, tickles my innards, like the old Mountain Dew saying said. Seriously, back in the 50s, Mountain Dew's slogan was, "It tickles your innards." Godzilla says, every Wednesday, Schultz's will confirm that. Yes, Wednesdays, Target.com does not restock. It is Walmart.com. We're waiting. Usually seeing a Target restock on Tuesdays, guys, but unfortunately not happening this week. Who knows? They may change it up. I will be back tomorrow bright and early just in case they do. David says, what is that Central Time? 2 o'clock Central Time. 2 o'clock Central Time, David. TJ, you're welcome, man. Thanks for going live today, Schulte. Great content. See you tomorrow. Absolutely, man. Not a problem at all. Be back bright and early tomorrow. Harold S. says, if the Niners don't trade Jimmy G, you better get rid of your Trey Lance cards. Man, if they don't trade Jimmy G, they got to start Trey Lance. If they don't trade Jimmy G, their GM is doing something so wrong. Absolutely nuts if they don't get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. Although, where's he going to go at this point? I mean, is Houston going to start him over Davis Mills? Maybe Seattle? But that's the thing. I said this a couple weeks ago. I don't think the San Francisco 49ers would allow Jimmy Garoppolo to go into the same division on another team and beat the hell out of them. I just don't think that's going to happen. So, unfortunately, Jimmy G's options are a little limited right now. H Kid says, I need chocolate milk. Making me want to take another sip of mine, man. Scott56 says Trey Lance is a hold. I think he's a hold either way. Jimmy Garoppolo going or staying has nothing to do with Trey Lance. It has to do with the teams that have quarterback availability. And Jimmy Garoppolo ain't going to the Seahawks. Browns are done. It's Houston. Is Carolina going to go for Baker Mayfield? Are they going to go for Jimmy Garoppolo? What's Carolina doing? That's like the other option out there, right? Godzilla says 2 p.m. Central. You're right. Too much Tubi this morning. Yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 Central, 1 Mountain Time, noon Pacific on the Walmart.com restock, guys. And I do have links posted in the Discord that is free. Check that out, guys. Free Discord with over 1,500 sports card fans. Just exchanging info, trading, talking, hoping that there's a restock together and helping each other out with knowledge and answers to questions. I have links in there, and I usually post those every week before the restock on Walmart.com happens at noon Pacific time. Carrie Allen asking, Schulte, what do you think of the Rookies and Stars complete sets? Did you buy one? I bought one complete set of Rookies and Stars. Haven't actually opened it yet. I only bought it because I was just like, okay, I don't want to have FOMO, but obviously I guess it really doesn't matter because it's still up, so I wouldn't have had FOMO at all. And I hate when I'm wrong about that kind of stuff, but I was really, really high on the optic sets, and I didn't want to miss out on the Rookies and Stars set, but I'm pretty mediocre on it. I think if I were, like, super stoked to open it, you know, I would have made a video about it and told everybody, like, grab it or don't, but I'm just a little mediocre on it, and I'm not sure I want to give people a recommendation either way, because I just, it's one of those products that you just don't know. Rookies and Stars, the base cards are terrible. That's, but then you buy the set that has those parallels. They're pretty sick looking. And then with those 5-card hit packs, you never know if you could pull a T-Law or a Mac. But even with those, the set prices for like a LaMelo Ball green Pulsar or purple Pulsar from one of those 5-card packs actually isn't that expensive. So you might see those go up in later years. I think if they're sealed, they're probably a decent hold. If you just want one of those cards, I would just go buy it in a PSA 10. That's one of my That's my recommendation for you there. Felipe Casanova says, Schulte, what happened to JR Sports Cards? Well, JR, man, just at a different point in his life. He is a lot younger than I am. I am 33 years old. I got journalism experience. I've been on the radio. Been doing this for a decade plus, 11 years, covering things like this. So it just makes more sense for me to do this. And JR last summer, guys, actually had an opportunity to become a college athlete. Believe it was become a tennis player. Along with that, and working at a job and going to school itself. Something had to give, and the YouTube channel was it. So that is where JR Sports Cards went. I hope he is well, and I appreciate him for starting this because, shoot, dang, man, I took the mantle up because he started this, so I appreciate it. I really do appreciate him getting this going, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not thinking of doing this earlier than he did. Fast Eddie says, what do you wish you would have bought in 2020? More Bowman Mega Boxes from 2020. I wish that I had every single Bowman Mega Box that I ever saw on any shelf in for Bowman 2020 Mega Boxes. Let's see. That, and then obviously 2020 Prism, but I bought a ton of that. I bought a ton of 2020 Prism football. I definitely wish I got my hands on more Optic, though. 2020 Optic football. I wish I had those Mega Boxes still because those bronze parallels are just so sick, and the chances at bronze autos are so sick. And I remember Run Good Life running a break, I think it was last year or a few months ago at least, where he pulled 2 Justin Herbert bronze autos out of 2 different Mega Boxes. Just nuts. Just nuts. And once again, guys, if you have not hit that like button yet, please do so. It does help me feed a couple kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Hanging out for a few more minutes this morning. Excited for baseball to start. A lot of people, at least in Kansas, are probably drunk still after winning the national championship last night. What a great game, and what a fun contest to watch. Everybody getting at it. North Carolina looking like they were going to win, and coming back with a vengeance was Kansas at the end. I mean, I thought North Carolina looked like an NBA team at points in the first half. There weren't that many points scored, but you just saw the way that they were gelling and the way that they were hitting shots. It was just like, oh, wow, North Carolina's winning this game. It's like a shutdown Golden State Warriors performance is what I was thinking. It was nuts. It was fun to watch. And then the second half was even more fun to watch, and especially fun for me since I was able to win my former employer's NCAA tournament bracket. Taking home that 300, baby. And Michael in Kansas says, I'm not drunk. For sure, brother. I was thinking more people on the campus at Kansas. Just using any old excuse to throw a party on a Monday night, because why not? Yeah, just a few more minutes, you guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, I will be back bright and early tomorrow, and we'll be trying something new this week. I will be doing my member giveaway during the morning live stream, seeing how that works, seeing if people are into it. If it doesn't work, I won't do it again. But if it does work, then we're going to have some fun going forward here on Schulte's Card Pulls. Southside Collection says, I feel like Fanatics is going to be what Upper Deck was in the 90s. I mean, the thing about Fanatics is it's a lot of new money. And the thing about the sports card hobby is that it has been run by these same people, guys, for a long time. And a lot of those people running these companies, and you can't deny it. You can come at me and say, oh, Jordan, you're being negative, but you can't deny this when you say that a lot of these people running companies like Leaf, Brian Gray, for instance, others, I can't remember any other names off the top of my head, but guys that have been involved in scamming in the past, card trimming, different shady activities in the hobby. So it's frustrating when that's kind of the norm amongst executives in all of these sports card companies, not just like Panini or Topps themselves, but any company associated with sports cards. You got to get some new blood in. You got to get some new faces. You got to get some new money in. And that's what Fanatics is doing. So hopefully they can change the sports card hobby for the better and take it in just a different direction, and a direction that the other people just aren't capable of taking it into. College parties, the best times of my life, says Caviar Collectibles. Hey, college parties are nothing to sneeze at. Those are legit. Too legit to quit. Thanks, Fast Eddie Pieces. Hit that like button, everybody. Hit that like button. Indeed, guys. Helps me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. And I will let you know, guys, I said this on Sunday, but I am actually moving. So really cool. I'm going to be moving here soon. Staying here in the same place in Oregon, Wilsonville, Oregon, but moving into a house, and very, very excited for that. So here at the end of the month, we'll be in a new location. We'll have a new studio set up. Very, very excited. I'll be making an official announcement about that soon, but I thought I'd let you all know here in the chat, guys. We will be moving here soon. Unfortunately, still no update on the sports radio job situation. Just not much movement locally on that yet, but hopefully that'll change. Hopefully we can see one of those companies actually finally, with all these places opening up again and staff coming back to work, one of these companies kind of loosening the belt a little bit and bringing some people on. Well, thanks, H-Kid. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, really excited, guys. Found a really nice place, a really good price, and super excited we need the space, and super excited to be able to set up my studio in a way that, obviously have kind of just been doing this and setting it up as I go, but now that I've got like a very particular use and a very particular goal, which is hosting these sports card talks and doing breaks and shooting sports card videos and opinions and whatnot, I can set that up in the exact way that I want to. So I am so excited to do that. Cannot wait to have a new studio set up, and hopefully along with that, gonna have a new computer, gonna have a couple other things, and it is going to be lit going forward. iClaw Machine says, my guess is that you're moving to the East Coast of Mass. No, man, we're staying here. No, we're staying here. We love Oregon. I'm from here, and my wifey loves Oregon as well. Caviar says, moving is always fun and stressful. Congratulations. Hopefully it's all smooth. Thanks, man. Yeah, we're definitely going to hire movers for that. Good Lord. The Amazing Card Ninja says, Schulte, did you ever send your resume to the link I sent you on Instagram? The Amazing Card Ninja, you know what? Honestly, I did not. I need to. With the wife's health issues and stuff like that, the other things just started to take precedence. So I apologize. I really should have done that, Amazing Card Ninja. But yeah, I need to do that because it would be awesome to do like a weekly sports card talk show with those guys. And if they really are into it, I'd be willing to do that. I mean, I could literally host the sports card talk show from here. I could do it via ISDN. I could do it, with a video link, whatever they need. So it'll be fun. But I will do that, Amazing Card Ninja. I'm sorry, man. Just life. Too much going on. Slick Rip, so is Optic coming out? I thought it got canceled. See, last week in the chat, people were telling me Optic got canceled, but now there is a release date. So as soon as I said Optic got canceled, I don't know if like Panini was listening to me, but all of a sudden they came out with a release date. So they had I think they had moved Optic back from Prism and Optic were both scheduled for earlier in 2022. And then they both got pushed back indefinitely. And then Prism got a date. Optic got a date. They took that date away. And then they gave it a second new date, is, I believe, what happened there. All right, guys, 5:10 Pacific time, 8:10 East Coast time. I'm going to get you all on out with your day. I appreciate you being here. I apologize that we didn't see a restock, but like I said, I'll be back bright and early tomorrow. Make sure you check out my website tonight at 6 p.m., guys. I will have breaks posted live, Schultz'sCardPulls.com for this weekend. And also going to be back bright and early tomorrow and doing a member giveaway later on this week as well. Tommy's Breaks is card companies need leadership that understand the online marketplace and how to properly manage the balance between brick and mortar and online distribution sales. You're very correct, Tommy. And we really do. I hate to say this. This will probably be the last thing before I get out of here that I say that we need to get rid of the card shops that obviously are just the retail flipping card shops, like the one that I said, like avoid card shops like this in one of my videos on my channel. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. But not only that, we need to get rid of the hole in the ground sports card shops, the ones that look like they're a flea market, the ones that have boxes just strewn about everywhere, that look disgusting, that look like it's a guy's garage, that look like it's just a guy has boxes just thrown about in a room, and you're supposed to climb over stuff and try to ask him what he has and sift through it. So you got to get rid of those. A card collector too, for instance, the sports card shop that he has, that he's set up, is so aesthetically pleasing, and that really is the kind of environment that card shops need to go towards. And I think that eventually in the future, that's kind of going to be the standard, and that's what all card shops will look like. And unfortunately, you're going to see those holes in the ground that maybe some of you guys have been getting good deals at, or support those business owners. Those business owners are going to need to step it up and make their shops look a little bit better, because you just can't have that going on in the hobby. All right, guys. Anyways, I will be back tomorrow morning, bright and early. Thanks again to all you. Once again, smash that like button for me on your way out if you could. Helps me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Thanks again. Y'all rock. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Schultz's Card Pulls out.